What's up everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another Daily Deck Tech video, and we have ourselves another viewer request. Like I said, I had quite a few of them to get out of the way, so before I get into it though, I just wanted to let you know, thank you for stopping by. If you feel I've earned it, and only if you feel I've earned it, feel free to subscribe. It'd be cool. But without further ado, let's get right into Wyleth, Soul of Steel viewer request, shall we? So who's Wyleth? Wyleth is a 2/2 for 1 generic, 1 red and 1 white. Pretty low costing commander, if I do say so myself. It has trample, and whenever Wyleth, Soul of Steel attacks, draw a card for each aura and equipment attached to it. This is a Volrton commander through and through. There is nothing about this thing that says anything else. So what are we going to do? We're going to Volrton it. And as you can see, we have about a $200 budget in this deck. Now, of course, I can always go over it, but especially with viewer requests, I try to keep them usually to $300 or less, because I know I myself spend about that much on an average deck. And I don't know what other people's economic circumstances are, so this is what we go with. Alrighty, who are our creatures today? We have ourselves Armory Paladin. He's wearing his T51 power armor here. Yes, I am a nerd. He's a 3/3 for 1 generic, 1 red, 1 white. Trample, and whenever you cast a aura or equipment spell, exile the top card of your library, and you can play that card until the end of your next turn. I like this because unlike some cards that only let you play it until the end of your turn, this gives you until your next turn to play that spell, so it's not gone into oblivion unless the Armory Paladin dies. Also, you can suit up the Armory Paladin. It's a shame that we don't have a Gatling laser to throw on him. We have a Celestial Ancient. I love the art on this card, by the way. It's a 3/3 for 5 and flying, and whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. We're going to have mostly enchantments in this deck. We're going to have a little bit of some equipment in here, but like I said, mostly enchantments is what we're going for. We have Hero of Iroas, which is aura spells you cast, cost 1 less to cast, and whenever you cast a spell that targets a Hero of Iroas, put a 1/1 counter on it. So you can suit this guy up too. We do have multiple backup plans, right? You want to kind of spread out some of your Voltroniness in some decks, so that way if one gets Swords to Plowshares, things like that, you don't lose everything that you've ever known and loved. Next, we have Imposing Sovereign. It is a human for 2/1 and 2. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. I enjoy this card quite a bit. This is, you know, a blind obedience effect, an authority of the council's effect, but it's on a creature, and a little bit budgety, and so you can suit it up. We have Kataki, War's Rage. I also really like the art on this card. Actually, I'm going to have to get the Mystery Booster version of this card because I actually love the Future Sight border. I really do. All artifacts have, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this artifact unless you pay 1. This is part of the reason that we are not going heavy into the equipment. I wanted to fit this card in here to hit people's mana rock. Since we're going to be kind of wanting to go forward, we got to slow down our opponent's plans somehow. We have Kedis, Emberclaw Familiar, which is a 1/1 for 2, and whenever a commander you control deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. So it's going to just slugfest everybody. We have Knight of the White Orchid, which is a catch-up ramp, right? So it's a first strike 2/2, something you can suit up, but also when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you can search for a plains and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle it. This is very important, though. Notice it says plains and not basic plains. So this is a card that scales to budget as well. So if you want to throw a Sacred Foundry in there or a Plateau, there you go. We have Core Blade Master, Double Strike, and equipped warrior creatures you control have Double Strike. Note that Wyleth is a warrior. We have Core Spirit Dancer. It gets +2/+2 for each aura on it, and whenever you cast an aura, you can draw a card. We have Lizard Blades. They got the little horned lizards. I think these things live in like Australia. 1/1 for 2, Double Strike. An equipped creature has Double Strike with reconfigure, so it can be a creature or it can be an equipment. We have Norika Yamazaki, the Poet, which is a 3/2 for 3. Also some great art, gonna have to get this. Vigilance, and whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you may cast target enchantment card from your graveyard this turn. should find a way to put this in my Jin Sakai deck that I'm building. We have Optimistic Scavenger, Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. We have Raihu, Storm's Edge, which is first strike, and whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, untap it. If it's the first combat phase of the turn, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. We have Restoration Specialist, which you could sack to return one target artifact and up to one target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. We have Rayav, Master Smith. I have a million of these sitting somewhere. Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. He's cheap, so you can put him out on turn 2, and then drop out your commander on turn 3, and then hopefully start getting in. We have Selfless Samurai. Man, when I build decks, I go to the top at the very end and I hit update to cheapest, and I don't look at them afterwards, and these arts kind of slap. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn, and then sacrifice it, another target creature you control gains indestructible. So he's in here for 2 reasons. Like, our Wyleth is a warrior, so it can attack alone if you want to go Highlander style, and then it gains lifelink, which is really good, or you can sacrifice Selfless Samurai to make sure that Wyleth doesn't die. We have Silent Arbiter, so only one creature can attack or block. This is, again, the Highlander strategy. We have Sram, Senior Edificer. Whenever you cast an artifact, aura, an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card. We have Starfield Mystic, which is your enchantment spells, cost 1 less, and whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on Starfield Mystic. Transcendent Envoy makes your auras cost less. And then we have Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. He's a 3/2 for 3, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. So, of course, suiting him up as well is fun. You always have to have backup options for your Voltron. We have Open the Armory, search your library for an aura or an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, so it's a tutor. Relentless Assault, untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this phase, there's an additional phase, combat phase, and an additional main phase. I really like this art as well. Sorry, friends. The old Daylight Savings is hitting me hard. I'm old. Retether, we have return each aura card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Only creatures can be enchanted this way. So, good way to just get everything back. We have Solar Blaze. Each creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. And we're in Winds of Wrath. This is an OG Wrath with destroy all creatures that aren't enchanted. They can't be regenerated. Then we have our instants. We have a Braid. It pops an artifact or shoots something for 3. We have Boros Charm, which makes something indestructible or gives something double strike or shoots something for 4. We have Chaos Warp for a little bit of removal, along with Condemn, Generous Gift, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares. Rebuff the Wicked is a kind of, in a way, protection. Counters a spell that targets a permanent you control. We have Generous Gift in here. And then there's Continue from the Turtle set. It's an instant for 2. Choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. So if somebody wraths you, return them to the battlefield. Oh man, I got to see this get played on Saturday by my friend Jason, who was playing the Precon, and it was a blowout, friends. We have Deflecting Palm. The next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage. If the damage is prevented, it deals that much damage to that source's controller. We have Fist of Flame. Draw a card. Till end of turn, target creature gains trample and gets +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn. So, you wait for the trigger to go off on your Wyleth, draw a bunch of cards, and then you play this, and it gets even bigger. We have Master Warcraft, which is cast Master Warcraft only before attackers are declared. And then you choose which creatures attack this turn, and you choose how each creature blocks this turn. I actually don't use this on my turn very often. The times that I play it, I play it on my opponent's turns, and I get the big scary opponent to attack into something and then force blocks and kind of weaken 2 of my opponents. or sometimes 3, depending on how big the board is. We have Return to Dust. It exiles an artifact or enchantment. And then we have Temur Battle Rage. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. Has Ferocious, which is that that creature also gains trample until end of turn if you control a creature power 4 or greater. 2 artifacts. That's all we're running. Like I said, we're not running the equipment Voltron here. We have Swiftfoot Boots, and then we have Helm of Awakening, which makes all of our stuff cheaper. Also need to get this art. Man, there's some good art in the cheapest form here. Aggravated Assault, because it wouldn't be a deck made by me with red mana and aggro if we did not have Aggravated Assault. We have All That Glitters in here, which gives +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control. Angelic Destiny, which is a aura, which gives +4/+4. Flying first strike makes the thing an angel, and when the creature dies, you return this to your hand. Angelic Gift. All it does is let you draw a card and give the enchanted creature flying. Cartouche of Zeal. When Cartouche of Zeal enters, target creature can't block this turn, which is really good. And then target creature gets +1, or enchanted creature gets +1/+1 in haste. We have Daybreak Coronet, which this has to go onto a creature that has already been enchanted. That's important. And it gets +3/+3, has first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Eldrazi Conscription. You know, if you can get to 8 mana, go ahead and drop this on. It gives +10/+10, trample, and Annihilator 2. We have Ethereal Arbor, which gives +1/+1 for each enchantment you control, and has first strike. Holy Mantle gets +2/+2 and has protection from creatures. In other words, makes it unblockable. Well, yeah. We have Mantle of the Ancients. Enchant creature you control. Whenever Mantle of the Ancients enters the battlefield, return any number of target aura or equipment cards that could be attached to the enchanted creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Attach that creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. We have Mortal Obstinacy. Enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Mortal Obstinacy. If you do, destroy target enchantment. On Sarah's Wings, the enchanted creature is legendary. It gets +1/+1, flying, vigilance, and lifelink. Scourge of Nobilis. This is from Morningtide or Eventide. I can't remember that symbol. They all look the same from the Lorwyn one. As long as the enchanted creature is red, it gets +1/+1 and has somewhat fire breathing. It's Boros breathing is what we're going to call it. This creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and as long as it's white, it gets +1/+1 and lifelink. Sentinel's Eyes, it gets +1/+1 in vigilance, and then you can escape to return this from the graveyard. Spirit Mantle, +1/+1, protection from creatures. Squeeze Embrace, +2/+2, and when it's put into a graveyard, return that creature to its owner's hand. Sticky Fingers, the enchanted creature has menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. And whenever the enchanted creature dies, draw a card. We have Volcanic Strength, +2/+2, and Mountain Walk. And with Great Power, gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. And all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the enchanted creature instead. Lands. We got Arena of Glory to give haste. We have Hall of Heliod's Generosity to get our enchantments back. We have Rogue's Passage to make unblockable. You know, we've got our basics. We've got Scryland, Terramorphic Expanse. I always like running the budget fetch lands. Apparently there's a giant cannon for our Battlefield Forge today. Exotic Orchard. You know, pretty basic land package. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. If you want to see your commander made into a deck tech, drop it in those comments down below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.